You are now listening to an exclusive interview on Sounds of Success with Noah Swiderski.
Welcome to the Sounds of Success with Noah Swiderski, where we explore inspiring stories and innovative businesses in the area. Today, we have a special guest from Hooksett, New Hampshire, representing Made on Lincoln. Join us as we dive deep into her journey, the challenges she's faced, and the passion that drives her business. Let's welcome Sarah Caito. So nice to have you, Sarah. What was the inspiration behind Made on Lincoln, and what motivated you to start this business?
So actually, this was not in my plans or on my 2025 bingo card at all. I was working with a company and I had to part ways with them. And what happened was I was in the middle of a project that was already paid for. So I had to finish the project. So I went out and bought my laser to finish this project. And I did, and I decided to keep my laser. And it started with, how am I going to pay this laser off? They're not cheap, so how am I going to pay it off? And it ended up spiraling into an LLC because I ended up wanting to do more, and my husband wanted to get involved. So that's kind of where we started and how it accidentally came about.
I love how so many of these stories that we have on, they just come from little small moments and it becomes a big business. What unique products or services do you offer, and how do they reflect the local culture of, let's just say, Lincoln, Hooksett, New Hampshire?
So my name, Made on Lincoln, actually is just it's a reflection of where the products are made. So I live on Lincoln Drive in Hooksett, and everything is made right here on Lincoln Drive in my basement. So our products they span along like a wide span of things because I can do a lot. I can do a lot with metals. I can do a lot with wood. We do a lot of cup engravings. So those Stanley cups that people like to engrave with their names. The brewmates are my favorite to do. We just engrave it with whatever somebody wants it engraved with, and we make it work. And a lot of those cups end up being gifts for someone else, but it's a real pleasure to be able to create those gifts that are going to be given to someone else, but it has our name on it. We are getting ready for a craft show. We're going to personalize ornaments, so we'll have ornaments there that are going to be blank, and then when you buy an ornament, if you want it customized, my laser will be there so I can put the name, I can put a date on it, and it'll be yours. One of my favorite things to do, though, is engraving pens. I love to engrave pens. I don't know what it is about a pen, but I just love it. And we will be having the pens there as well so that you can engrave and design your own pen, and I can do it right there. And in a matter of minutes, you'll have your very own pen. So those are the kind of things that we sell.
What are some of the challenges that you faced early on in launching, and how did you overcome them?
I think the challenges early on and still now is getting the word out that I exist. I'm a hobbyist. This wasn't meant to be a job. Our prices are low because once it becomes work, it becomes no fun. So when you're buying my products, you're paying for the supplies and the use of the laser, and that's it. That's how I keep my prices low. But the biggest challenge has been getting the word out. I'm doing everything I can on Facebook and on social media, and sending things to friends that I've practiced on so that they can share it with their friends, that just, hey, look what my friend made me, and you can go have this made too. So we've been doing a lot of that. Just getting the word out that I exist and that I have nice work.
I love that. And you answered my next question, which was, how do you engage with the local community? It sounds like social media, craft events, just getting the word out there with referrals and things like that has been super important to you. Can you share maybe a first memorable experience or success story from your time running Made on Lincoln?
Yeah, when I had to buy the laser to finish a project. The project was for my daughter's teacher, and a couple of parents had already paid me to work on the project. And I got every single student in her class to write their name, and then I was going to engrave it onto a cup. I ended up leaving my former employment before I could finish that project, and I spent hours working on these cups for my daughter's teachers. And when I gave it to them, I know it wasn't perfect, but it was the whole reason why I bought a laser, and it was worth it because they loved their cups. And it's unique. It's having every single kid write their name and engraved it on the cup with their handwriting. That is so unique and so special. So yeah, that even though nobody bought that specific, I mean, well, parents helped pay for the cups and whatever, but even though nobody bought it specifically from me, it was my very first product that I gave out with my name on it. It was special. The whole thing was just special for me and for her teachers and for the students.
And within your company, I guess, what role does sustainability play in your business practice?
Yeah, so I use a lot of wood. Right now, I'm playing with so much wood. And I use every single piece of the wood that I can. So the wood comes on in 12 by 12, and I use every single piece that I can. If there is something that I can't use anymore because it is so small or it is burned, because yeah, I've burned wood too, we either use it as starting wood in our fireplace or starting wood in our fire pit. So I'm not throwing it away. It is being used. Nothing is like wasted here. I use every single piece of every single board. Even if it's making a bunch of hearts for my kids to color, they love it. So I use everything.
And you touched on it earlier a little bit, being in Hooksett, it's kind of influenced everything you use, designs you make, even down to your clients.
I think that I've always been a crafty person. I own a Cricut and I've had that for a couple years, and I dabble in like different kinds of crafts. Like I can crochet and I can do hand embroidery. And so I've kind of dabbled in a bunch of different things. And YouTube is a great place to learn how to do these things. So I learn a lot from YouTube. I'm not sure that there's like a specific person that inspires me to do what I do. I think it's finding what I'm good at and making it better.
You're brand new at this. What advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs looking to start their own business?
Do it. Just do it. You know what? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You have your LLC for a whole year, I think. And if it doesn't work out, then just don't renew your LLC, But at least have fun with it while you can.
Straight to the point answer. I love that. So what are your future goals for Made on Lincoln? Where do you see this in a year, 5 years, in a perfect world? What would that look like?
In a perfect world, I would love to be running an online, like an e-commerce kind of store where I can make to order. But I do love craft shows. I love seeing everybody else and what they're doing. And I'm getting ready for my very first. I'm usually the attendee, but now I'm going to be a vendor, and I'm really excited to just be there. I think it's going to get the adrenaline going, and my husband is a co-owner, so he's going to be there helping me out. My kids, everyone's just so excited getting ready for this craft show at the end of October. I think e-commerce is where ultimately I want to land, where I can just have enough clients to sell online and ship or pick up or drop off. I'm happy to do any of it. So,
and touching on that, how can our listeners support Made on Lincoln, order from you, or connect with you online?
So you can definitely connect with me on my Facebook at Made on Lincoln. Same with Instagram. Shoot me a message if you have something specific that you want made. If there's something already on the site that you see that I've made for someone else, I can remake it, and I can adapt it to whatever you like. Pretty fast responding on those. So if I hear that ding come in that's from Made on Lincoln, I'm very quick to respond. And even if you have an idea, I can help you make that idea happen. Like, let's just talk. Let's talk it out, and we'll figure something out.
Thank you for joining us today on Sounds of Success with Noah Swiderski. It was such a pleasure speaking with Sarah Caito from Made on Lincoln. We hope you found her insights as inspiring as we did. Don't forget to check out her business and support local entrepreneurs. Until next time, keep pursuing your passion. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you so much.